All right, so unless you thoroughly check the condition of the car, there's a chance that a hidden problem may escape you. Zooming in to speak on the topic, odometer fraud. What you need to know is Trade Board Limited's Public Relations Officer, Ms. Roshane Reid. Morning, Roshane. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Good morning, Noel. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. What is the Trade Board's role overall before we get to this specific topic here?
Well, the Trade Board is an agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and one of our core functions is to issue permits, licenses, and certificates of origins.
Okay.
Primarily, we are known for import licenses for motor vehicles, but we offer import licenses and permits for other things, as well as export licenses and permits for a number of items.
Okay. Now, the odometer is that tells you that it's what tells you how many miles you have gone so far in the car. So when you talk
Yes,
about
the total distance.
right,
yes.
so when you talk about odometer fraud, what are we talking about?
Well, it's important to highlight that recently Trade Board has received a number of complaints about discrepancies where the total reading or the total distance of the vehicle is concerned, which is what the odometer reading is. And so we thought it was important to highlight that this is a growing problem and to educate Jamaicans about ways in which they can access the true odometer reading of a vehicle that is imported.
Why is it important to check it before purchasing a vehicle, Roshane?
It's important to check it before because we recognize that based on the complaints we have or we have received, not many persons take it a step further to seek redress. So if you want to avoid the issues and the problems and the concerns and the fears that might accompany the redress process, then it's important to check before so that you know that the vehicle you are purchasing has the correct odometer reading. If it's 50,000 kilometers, it's 50,000 and not 100,000.
How does the average Joe find that out?
Well, we have a website. It's called Auto Terminal Japan. They are the company that was contracted by the government of Jamaica to conduct inspections for motor vehicles being imported by Jamaicans. And it's a successful program. What it does is it assesses the vehicle and sanitizes the vehicle before it is shipped to Jamaica. So that website, Auto Terminal Japan, provides a link where you can check the odometer reading. And the specific link is inspections.jp.
Wonderful. So if I purchase a car, the odometer tells me one thing, and then I go online and it tells me something else. What do I do from there?
All right, your next step is to contact the Consumer Affairs Commission. They have a website, they have a specific link on their website. It is called the File a Complaint link. You just click on it and enter your relevant details, and someone from the Consumer Affairs Commission will contact you and follow up with the redress process.
Yep. You answered the question already, but just to go back to it just a bit. So I personally can't figure it out myself without going to that website.
No, because it tells you the true reading. Because once you purchase the car locally, you have a specific reading. Let's say 30,000 kilometers, which is good. Most persons would want a vehicle that doesn't have much mileage on it.
Right.
So when you purchase a vehicle with 30,000 kilometers, it's possible that the original reading could have been 200 kilometers. And that's a different car. That's a different car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So can I tell that it was tampered with? You've already said that I can't.
Ordinary person? No. Unless, no, you can't just, the ordinary person, especially a female, you can't tell just by looking. No, you can't.
I think some females will probably be a little bit annoyed with you for saying that just now because I think they're as good as us because I can't tell either, so it's not just females.
That's
I think
true.
none of us really
That's
can
true.
tell.
Listen,
That's true. I can't tell. As a female, I can't tell.
Bring your mechanic. That's my thing. Each vehicle, Roshane, from Japan, US, UK, Singapore, UAE, must have a pre-shipment inspection certificate as well.
Yeah.
So not only is it online, but the vehicle should have that as well. Is it important when you purchase a vehicle to ask for the certificate?
Yes, you are entitled to ask for it, and it should be visible. It should be with the vehicle documents. So you are entitled to ask for it when you purchase a used motor vehicle locally.
Yeah. Roshane, you mentioned that we're talking about cars who were brought in. What about cars that are already here and I want to sell daily a car? Just my car, I've had it for 2-3 years and I sell it to her. Would she need to do the same thing, you think, or it's just the cars that are coming from abroad?
No, just the cars that are imported.
Oh.
I don't trust never.
So there's nobody in Jamaica who can do what we are talking about here?
To verify, unless you walk with your mechanic. But you should still, if the car was imported, let's say you had it and you imported it from Japan, you want to sell it now to Delia, the pre-shipment inspection certificate and the Auto Terminal Japan link should tell you the original mileage, which might not help because you might have done significant more kilometers on it. So it might not be relevant to Delia.
No, I meant that if I bought the car in Jamaica, brand new car in Jamaica, have it for 3-4 years and I'm selling it to Delia, would she still need to do that to ensure that I'm not bamboozling her?
No, it only applies to used motor vehicles. So pre-shipment inspection only applies to used motor vehicles.
Yeah, but I'm selling her a used car. I've had it for 3 years.
No, not locally. That's not a service offered now locally.
Okay, all right.
Take your mechanic,
Okay.
people.
Thanks a lot, Roshane, and thanks for speaking with us this morning. Stay safe, please, all right? God bless.
Thank you.
Ms. Roshane Reid, Trade Board Limited's Public Relations Officer. Coming up next, Google's plan to disrupt traditional education. Soon come.